Oh, it's finally connected. Good. Um. Hmm. What's it called? So is it finally recording or not? Yeah, it's finally recording. What's it called? So, here you. This is Lord Potato, and yeah, I'm doing a stream today. Why not? Worship with the chat. Such a hard. No, not sure. So yeah, if you join the stream, I'ma just be watching Double Artemis videos. I think I named the stream recommend any video. Just read the description. Don't annoy me with like some weird shit you're gonna freaking annoy me with.
Hold on. The hell do you mean Roshi blew the budget? He blew the budget, Cell. In this case, the budget blew him because, get it. Hooker's hilarious. Now, we have a new problem. We need a way to restore the budget. Kneel before my psycho power. Damn it, the fucking timing with these guys! Wow, is that M. Bison from Street Fighter? You will serve as for my psycho essence. Alright, now, while I don't judge, I can't help but point out that sounds extremely sexual! You will become my next vessel. Watch out, he's gonna jack your body, Self. What am I body? I'm wondering how we should get rid of this guy. That is a good question. Oh, I know. Let's hit him with the good old Mach 5 into space. No. Movie with a marrow? Nah. How about the good old Pride Trooper Broly? Yeah, definitely not.
Yeah, Billy.
Sorry, Billy. I tried. This is ridiculous. Am I being ignored? Yeah, don't take it personal. Pretty common around here. Hell, we're probably not even gonna fight this episode, if I'm being honest. Oh, I got it. I know what we haven't used in a while. Meister Fista! Hold on. I gotta get a good one.
Meister Fista!
Wow, I want to stand. Well, fuck you, you can't have it. How did this become a judgment video? Don't question it, just accept it, Kermit. All right.
Don't question it, just accept it. If you just got into the stream, recommend any video. Just read the description. Don't fucking send me some weird, retarded video you probably want me to watch. Just recommend any video. Any video in the chat. I'll go search it up and go watch it. Also, what was I gonna think about? What the fuck? Oh, hell no.
Damn it, don't you ever...
What the hell did I choose my freaking... whatever. Damn, almost... Okay,
Finally, I made it to King Kai's planet. King Kai?
What the? You're shitting me. What are you doing here?
It's over, Cell. I have you vested. In this next turn, all I have to do is attack, and you lose. Son of a bitch is right. Obelisk the Tormentor has 4,000 attack points and a furious fucking drip. My monster King Furry only has 2,000.
And I'm a furry.
If he attacks, I am done for. Unless I pull some bullshit. It's over, Cell, because next turn Obelisk is going to finish this duel. Not so fast, ya mama! Nonny, you're always talking about the heart of the cards, yada yada yada. Well, I trusted in the heart of
the Artemis Wallet!
And I just drew the card that I needed. I play some
bullshit!
Oh no! Our monsters are swapped for the remaining turn for no fucking reason! Oh, that's some bullshit! Obelisk! Beat the out of Charlotte!
Well, wouldn't be the weirdest thing if Fab do.
Feast your eyes on my raw fucking sexy! Your chances of winning just went out the window, Gibby.
As if I would lose to you.
Biatch, do you not see these voluptuous cheeks? I am fucking thick.
Enough talking.
Alright, look, for the sake of content, I'll give you like 3 chances to... Okay, so I'll be generous, and I'll count that as 1 attack.
God damn it! This is not happening right now. I am not going to be humiliated by you two morons!
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, Gibby. Why don't you let the Devil Artemis Universe decide your fate?
Oh, don't give me that shit about the Devil Artemis Universe! Fuck the Devil Artemis Universe!
Did you hear that, Devil Artemis Universe? What are we gonna do?
What are you doing?
Asking them to decide your fate?
Wait, what? Hey, Devil Artemis Universe, you know I was kidding, right? You know I wasn't serious,
hey, Frank.
right? What are you idiots?
Frank
Why am I here?
Thomas.
Gibby, what is about to happen is for the greater good. I hope they remember you.
What? What, watching a movie? That's... What the hell I am? Goku. Wait. Hey. Wait.
Be a one of myself, I must be too.
The Emperor demands this.
Do it.
I mean, do people not read the Craigslist ads anymore? This isn't a party. There are no bitches here. I'm hiring people.
Darth Vader, I do not need it. I own a fucking spaceship the size of a planet.
Oh, stop trying to flex. That's a moon at best.
What I need is the full, unrelenting power of the Kuju. I'm Emperor of the Galaxy, for Christ's sake. Someone's bound to want some Sheev.
Right, I'm gonna go throw up. I'll be right back.
Finally. Hey, who's got my hat?
Hello. I'm Woody. Howdy. Yo, where the fuck am I? Yeah, so it's like 3-dimensional. Kermit, we're 3-dimensional. Yeah, I know, but it's like different. It's like a super budgeting. How much are we talking? Like PlayStation? No, so I'm talking like fucking PlayStation 10. Maybe even maybe. May or may not be capped. Holy shit. Anyways, whatever happened to that farmer with the shotgun? Oh, I torched his farm. You torched his farm? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that seems pretty for you, Sal. It wasn't that kind of farm.
Away! Damn you, Tail! Damn you!
How the hell are we supposed to find out who's the leader?
I don't know, maybe one of the Tims?
Right. Everyone listen up! If you could please turn to your left and kindly fuck off in that direction, that would be fantastic.
In an orderly fashion, if possible.
Shut the fuck up, shall we?
You know, Sal, I'm only trying to help you.
I don't need your help, man. I got this.
Right, so you're actually gonna fight them? this time then?
Oh, so we're going there?
Yeah, we are going there. You don't fight the people in your versus videos. But I thought Shaggy...
Do you have any idea how boring it would be if I were to just casually murder every single one of my enemies in the span of 30 seconds?
Actually, no, I get your point. Realistically, from a content longevity perspective, that would get boring pretty quickly if everyone
No. You really must not get it. So let me show you.
What? Who are you talking to?
Oh no! Kermit's been kidnapped by the Empire and a bunch of fucking random enemies in space!
Wait, really?
Yes, I gotta stop him!
What the hell are you doing?
Start leaping through the sky like a tiger, defying the laws of gravity. I'm a racing car passing on by like Lady Godiva. Burning through the sky, yeah. 100 degrees, that's why they call me Mr. Fahrenheit. I'm traveling at the speed of light. I'm the sonic man out of you. See what I mean?
Zell, you killed everyone but them.
Oh, fuck. All right, boys, let's get this poker night started.
We can't. Mario's not here.
What? What do you mean he's not here? He was here just a second ago.
I have no idea.
Where the hell did he go?
He said something about finishing up his favorite show before we started.
What do you mean before we start? I don't have all night. God damn it. I'll go get him.
I've gone over Tinder and other dating apps countless times on this channel, and in this video, I'm going to be showing you 3 Tinder matches that went completely wrong or did, and their best.
Man, streaming sucks. I'm gonna have to do with this shit.
This was the Tinder match between a guy named Chaz and who he thought were 2 girls around his age. This is how the conversation went. My friend, I think you're really cute. I hope your friend is also a girl.
Oh shit, Luna made a new video.
She is silly.
Watch
Well, I'm
later.
glad to hear that. Where are you ladies from? And they share their locations, which aren't far. The other profile asks, are you busy tonight? Yes, I am. I'll be hanging with you too. Yes, want to come around 10? Yeah, where do you live? Wait, actually our parents are both home. Want to meet at the park? We can find a place to hang there. I guess we can do that. My parents are home too, damn. What time should we meet there, 10? Yes. Okay, what are your numbers? Let's just message on here until we meet. Damn, I see how it is. Gotta earn your trust. Yes, we're heading over now, okay? Okay, Sam, I'll probably be there like 10:10. Okay, perfect. Parks you want to meet? Statue on the dirt path. It's like a dog walking path. No one will be there this late. Then we can find a better spot from there together. Okay, I looked it up. I think I know how to get there. I'll message you when I'm there, okay? Okay. Chaz then arrives to the destination. The message saying he's here. He follows it up with, this is kind of creepy, are you guys here? And then a subsequent question mark. This was the last message he sent the profile before it unmatched him. And then he was left alone in the woods in the park on a dirt path completely void of any people. Chaz knew at this point that he had been tricked, but he didn't know just yet if he was just pranked or if he had walked into a trap. Then he started to hear noises in the woods, like the snapping of twigs and leaves on the ground, indicating he was being watched. He already had his phone out, using it as a flashlight to navigate his way to the agreed meetup point. So at this point, he decided to start recording for his own protection. This was the footage he captured.
Oh shit, the dude almost jumped him.
In this footage, you can easily see that as he pointed his light into the woods where he heard another sound, it revealed someone in the woods, who then started to run out from the trees and chase after Chaz. While running, Chaz stopped recording to turn off the flashlight, then ran into the trees to hide. He started recording again when he thought he had lost the person chasing him. He kept recording the rest of his way out of the park and back to his car to have video evidence of anything in case of a worst case scenario. Luckily, Chaz made it back to his car and home in one piece. He tried reporting the profile to Tinder just based off the screenshots he took, but Tinder got back to him saying they're unable to find any profiles that matches. Chaz was obviously wise to enter a suspicious situation like this. The other profiles' refusal to give their number, as well as meeting anyone for the first time in a park by the woods at night where nobody else would be around, are two major red flags that this was some kind of trap.
If it was two
He was
major
lucky
red
to have
flags,
gotten
then why
away.
the fuck did he went in the first place? You stupid motherfucker, say
The
go
second
into a
match is
public
one that's
place.
our side. The girl who submitted this to me wasn't the one to match this profile. Rather, it was her friend Maddie. The profile was titled Invincibles. It claimed to be some guy, or rather a pair of people, including this Chelsea person, who would pay someone to kick the man in the picture in his groin. This is the story in the girl's words.
What the hell, Nick?
One of my best
What
friends,
the
a girl
hell?
named Maddie, was on Tinder one day when she
Kick?
stumbled upon
Wow,
this account.
nah,
It
who
was
the fuck
supposedly
does that?
dedicated to finding people to kick a guy in the groin for a payment of between $50 and $100. Of course, my friend needing money because of the pandemic and such,
Well, people are
swiped right
fucking
on it.
weird.
He quickly messaged her back that there were several people involved in this, including a girl named Chelsea. We're not sure if they were even actually real to this day. We live in a small town in Pennsylvania, and the account was listed a couple towns over in Clearfield. My friend Maddie was of course a bit skeptical about this, so she messaged me so that she could come have some sort of backup when she went to do this. The account stated that they were doing this for a YouTube video, and the guy who was being kicked had met at a bar a couple weekends before. I agreed to accompany I also was a bit skeptical, but I had enough
Weird.
confidence that I could
Yeah,
protect
he
her if
lost a
things happened
bet.
to go
Yeah, I don't
south.
think I
The
will
next day,
ever do
after
a
my
bet
friend
like
agreed to
that.
meet with the people, we set off towards Clearfield. The address the account gave us led to a random hotel in Clearfield, which already sort of creeped us out. The whole setting seemed off, and I'd better include that my friend Maddie had never mentioned that she'd be bringing anyone with her. And sat for maybe an hour, if not a little less, waiting for the person to get back to us. They ended up saying that they would be a little late, and to sit tight. After the prolonged waiting, the person eventually mentioned that they were back. Instead of meeting at the hotel, they suggested that we just come straight to their house instead. Already I was feeling a little off, but I had confidence that my friend against any harm that may have came our way. So we set off to this guy's house, and in under 10 minutes, we eventually made it there. At first I felt relieved, as the address he gave us led to a big, normal-looking house, right next to the main road. But upon further investigation, there was a creepy-looking shed behind the house, with an even creepier-looking man peering from out the side of the door to the shed. My friend Maddie parked in front of the shed, and she told me to wait in the car, which immediately screamed the worst things to me, but I trusted her to read the situation and know what she was doing. After all, getting paid money to kick some random guy in the nuts, it sounded like a dream. The guy left his shed, looking even creepier than before. He was skin and bones with hair hanging. He also seemed nervous and twitchy, not at all like the guy in the Tinder profile. I heard her ask him, "Hey, I brought my friend along just as a precaution," and in that instant, I watched his, which screamed another red flag to me. He stuttered out, "Yeah, that's fine, I guess." So I got out of the car and followed her, knife in my pocket in a hurry. We stepped inside the shed, to which point I immediately began to regret mine and her decisions up until that point. The shed was filthy. It was cluttered with random items and boxes, with the toilet sitting in the corner. The guy, who I quickly realized must be an addict by the way he was acting, very nervous and twitchy, was now standing solemnly in the corner, setting up his laptop to record this event. We made some very awkward small talk as he was doing this, at which point I noticed something else that bothered me. This random guy had Snap installed on his computer, which is what friend Chelsea was messaging us from. I could just be paranoid, but something about this told me that he was actually Chelsea, and he needed another device to Snapchat her on to make it seem like he was someone else. After he set it up to record, he seemed angry and tense, as if he'd been ruined that day. He turned around, and my friend went about her business with him, and promptly after, he asked in a shallow voice, "So what are you guys doing tonight? Do you guys smoke?" referring to weed. We both quickly replied no, and that we had other things going on, despite the fact that we both do smoke. We collected the cash from him, and we left. Now, this might not all seem off to a regular person, but I can't help but feel like if I would have happened. After we left, my friend had mentioned that before we got there, this alleged Chelsea person had offered to rent a hotel room and buy her pizza. I don't like to think about what would have happened if I wasn't there, but deep down I know that something way more malicious had been planned. Based off the girl's recounting of this event, it's safe to assume that the man in the picture wasn't the same guy that they met in the shed, and that this Chelsea person and her friend were smart to go into the situation together, as there's always more safety in numbers. This last one is another example of why you can never be too careful with online dating. This was submitted by Jeremy. This was his Tinder match. He matched with a girl named Mia, who was in the same high school class as him. Their conversation went as follows. Hey, long time no see. I know, hey. How have you been? Not bad, and you? I've been good, just working a crap ton. Anyone from high school? No, not really. I was happy for high school to be over. Same. It's funny we only ever really spoke a few times in school. Yeah, I know. Maybe we should make up for lost time. Maybe we should. Do you have a snap? From here, Jeremy gives Mia his snap, and they continue their conversation there. Jeremy didn't take any screenshots from the snap conversation, but basically from there, they continued to talk about life after high school. Then they escalated to talking about linking up somewhere and chatting in person. They agreed to meet in a nearby parking lot. Nobody was at night. Jeremy was ready to go basically right away, not needing much time to get ready. Mia, on the other hand, said she wouldn't be able to get there for another hour and a half at least. She claimed she was with friends and couldn't just ditch them, so they set up a meetup time for 12 behind the strip mall. It took Jeremy only 5 minutes to get there, as the lot is in the same town that the two live. He sat there in his car waiting for her for about 20 minutes, receiving apologies for being late every few minutes on Snapchat. Eventually, headlights appeared from around the corner and approached slowly, then stopped not too far from Jeremy's car. Mia snapped him a picture of his car saying, "I think I see you." So Jeremy stepped out from his car. He then realized the car looked to be a small Honda or Hyundai, when in reality the car that was posted all over Mia's Instagram was a Jeep Cherokee. Immediately, Jeremy went back into his car and went to DM Mia on Instagram. Meanwhile, the car outside was honking at Jeremy. He opened Snap and messaged her, "Hey, step out from your car and let me see you for a second." They opened it to reply, then said, "I don't want to, it's so cold out, what's wrong?" At this point, Jeremy knew something was off, so he got in his car and started driving home. But the car was following him, honking the horn. Jeremy decided to get on the highway, at which point the car behind him tailed off and disappeared. Jeremy pulled to the side of the road to block the Snapchat account, but they had already beaten him to it. He went home, and by then he had gotten a DM back from the actual Mia. This is how their conversation went. Jeremy opened with this. "Hey, this may sound really, really weird, but did I match you on Tinder?" Jesus, long story. "I matched someone catfishing as you, and we talked for a while about school. I really thought it was you. Hit up with the person running the account in a parking lot with some random car, not your Jeep, so I drove away." Then he sent screenshots of the conversation. This is another familiar lesson to be more cautious about who you're meeting online, and to always make sure you have proof that the person you're planning on meeting is actually who they say they are.
People are an idiot. Not the first time I ever heard people being idiots at the time. I'm trying. That's a fucking hard thing to do.
Years ago, I did a somewhat lighthearted video about the
I don't know if people are watching this or not. I think it's just because my
creepiest
freaking
children's drawings.
live stream is so laggy.
I made jokes about a lot of them, but a few on that list did seem like they might have had some sinister backstories. Over the years, I've gotten a handful of kids' drawings with backstories emailed to me. Today, I'm going to be compiling a few of those into this video. This was the drawing made by a 6-year-old boy in 2012. The picture was found in his room by his older sister Tracy, who sent this to me, who was 14 at the time. and she showed it to her parents. In a dinner table, drawn in a typical 6-year-old skill level. The reason Tracy showed it to her family is because she could recognize all the family members at the dinner table, even the family she couldn't recognize was the man sitting on the floor kind of behind the table. Tracy said in her emails to me that when she was asking her little brother who that man was, he kept shrugging his shoulders and saying he's not allowed to tell. The man was drawn to be dressed in all black and has reddish-brown curly hair, as you can see. Because of her little brother's refusal to explain who that fifth person in the picture was, she showed it to her parents, explaining that he likely had an imaginary friend or was pretending to be seeing ghosts. After the parents confronted the child at dinner, asking who the man in the picture was, the boy made a pouty face and shrugged his shoulders. He did this anytime they asked, with the most detailed answer from his mouth being, "I'm not allowed to tell." The parents, specifically the dad, weren't fazed by it, as really a 6-year-old could draw anything and create some kind of crazy story in their head behind it. Tracy would be responsible for watching her brother often when their parents weren't home, and one day when she was left in charge of watching him, she heard her brother talking to someone in his room. Upon getting to his room, she learned he was just playing with his toy car set on the floor, talking most likely himself when he played. Tracy asked if he was talking to anyone. He looked at her and shrugged his shoulders again, pouting his face. Tracy then noticed some candies on the floor of her brother's room. A specific kind of green apple-flavored candy that she'd never seen her mother buy before. She asked him where he got this, and he ignored her, going back to playing. Tracy took the candies, and that angered her brother, yelling, "Give them back!" She waited until her parents returned home to ask if either of them had bought the unusual candy. Since the boy was only 6 and it was summer break, aka receiving the candies at school wasn't even possible, random carrying in the boy's room became a concern. Even as the boy was scolded and pressed by his parents as to where he got the candies from, he still just made his pouty, angry face and ignored them. The boy was grounded by his father until he would answer.
Dude, the dad should just like pull up the belt and be ringing like, "You better tell me the shit before I whoop your ass." Bro, Mexican parents be otherwise be like, "Hey, where the fuck you got this candy?" Doesn't tell him. That's his son. Pulls out the belt ready to whoop his ass. "You tell me your details." No. That's his son. Pulls out the belt. Da! Starts crying like a little bitch. Truly, that's why you never try to refuse to tell your fucking secrets, because if you have a Mexican parents, they'll get your secrets out of you. You just gotta be a great liar. Like, I wouldn't say me. I'm not the best liar, but I can manage to get through them. So yeah, if you have Mexican parents, if you have like any kind of parents, they're gonna whoop your ass and tell you where the fuck you got this. And if you don't tell them sooner, they'll be like thinking, "Oh shit, must be a ghost." Brings out the cross, be doing a fucking holy ceremonial. Get the fuck out of here, ghost. So yeah, I'm just saying, because if I had a son and he just wouldn't tell me where the fuck he got this candy, I'd be looking all around his goddamn room. Be looking inside, down, right, be like, shit, I heard so many scary stories about maybe a creepy man being around here. Be waiting in my room, in my son's room with a shotgun. My son be like, "Hey, get out." I'm like, "Hey, no. If a man comes in here, I'm gonna shoot him in the face. If a ghost comes in here, I'm gonna shoot him with the holy gun." I'm just saying.
The question, so he wasn't allowed to leave his room. The family checked the closets in his room, under the bed, even the closets outside.
Oh, they
of the room.
do that. Oh, good.
The idea that someone was inside of the house was out the window. On that same night that he was grounded, Tracy sat close to her bedroom door instead of on her bed, so that she would easily hear if and when her brother in the next room would start talking. And sure enough, when he did, which to note was way past her brother's bedtime, she jumped up and ran to his room, opened the door, and saw her little 6-year-old brother standing at his open window, talking to a man who looked as though he were about to climb into the room. Tracy screamed for her mom and dad, causing the man at the window to flee, and her brother began to cry. Once Tracy told her parents that a man was talking to her brother through his window, the police were called. The boy still refused to talk at first, but with the police there, he eventually said that his friend told him not to tell anyone about him, or that he couldn't come and play anymore. When asked his friend's name and age, he said he didn't know. When asked what the two of them would do, the boy said he would come with snacks and candies for him and just play with toys. When asked how they met, he said they met in front of the house one day when the man stopped on his bike and gave him some candy. After offering to come back with more candies and snacks, Tracy's brother told him which bedroom window was his, and that's when this started.
Well, I really thought it was going to be some kind of ghost, like pulling up, being Casper, giving some candy and all that. Not just a creepy ass man. Hell no. Hell nah. It's an old man there. I'll be hiding under my son's bed. I'll be like, I'm waiting for my son to probably go to sleep. See that he doesn't go to sleep. See that he's talking through a window. Be okay. Get the shotgun. Slowly roll out of the bed. See my son, see the person like about to go in. Tell my son to move out of the grave, grab his hand, push him away, and smack the guy in the face with the fucking gun and start beating his ass. Truly, yes.
To me all the way back in 2015. It was sent by a mother of two children, a 6-year-old boy and an 8-year-old girl. Almost every night between the hours of 12 and 5 a.m., the boy would come to the parents' bedroom crying that he's scared because someone or something was in his room at the edge of his bed. The boy would claim that every night the person or thing would come out from his closet and move to the same spot at the foot of his bed and just stand there not moving. The first few times the parents would check the boy's bedroom just to make him feel better. The closet door would always be opened. When questioned why the closet door was always open when it was supposed to be shut, he would claim that it was because he was telling the truth about the thing in his closet. Every time the parents would show their son that the closet was empty, he would go back to sleep. Their 8-year-old daughter never had any similar issues to this. For a few nights, the parents would let him start sleeping in their room on the floor with a blanket. Eventually, though, after this had been going on...
That's fucked up. You're just gonna let your child sleep on the fucking floor? Nah. I'll be more of an overprotective of my son. I'll be like, yo, this is my kid or my daughter. I'll be like, yo, I'll be sleeping on the floor of their like room and be like waiting to protect them and all that. I'll be standing guard.
Going on for too long, the parents decided to humor him one more time.
Which I know I don't. I won't even
what the thing at the foot of his bed looked like. His drawing sent chills down his parents' spines. In the drawing was some grudge-like figure that seems like it would be enough to give a grown man nightmares, let alone a 6-year-old boy. There also appears to be something at the window about this. The boy said that he sees it at the window sometimes too, when it's not at the foot of his bed. The parents' solution to this was moving their son's bed to the spare bedroom across the hall that didn't have any big closets. The mom who submitted this couldn't help but get a little creeped out herself at the
person right in front of your bed. Pull that shit out and start blasting. Don't worry, you're not gonna hit anyone. Yeah, just don't worry. Start blasting. Full on, just load every clip into that bastard until he dies. I'll probably be one of the worst people to actually say that, but I'm just saying. Better try your son earlier, or kid earlier.
And it's a mix of drawings and writing, and there's 3 different pages of it. This was found by the new babysitter of an 11-year-old boy named Rocco in Ottawa, Canada. The babysitter, who I'll refer to as Alyssa, was needed while the parents of Rocco were away for a week. According to Alyssa, Rocco was very quiet and kept to himself most of the time. He would stay in his room for a majority of the day, and would only come out to get food from the fridge or to go downstairs to play video games. Alyssa tried to befriend the child the first day, but eventually gave up. Rocco either didn't like her or was just a very unfriendly. Spend the majority of her shifts doing schoolwork and watching movies. She knew Rocco had an obsession with guns because of the amount of toy guns he had. They would lay across the house in varying rooms, ranging from Nerf guns to airsoft guns to varying types of toy guns.
Nah, he's just
Alyssa had never been in Rocco's room yet, though. But one night, when Alyssa was having trouble sleeping, she heard Rocco sneak into her designated bedroom and was just standing by the doorway. She sat up in her bed and asked Rocco was something wrong. Then she just closed the door quickly and she heard him running back to his room. The next day, Alyssa went into Rocco's room for the first time. Rocco wasn't in there and the light was off. This meant he was in the basement playing video games, as those were the only 2 rooms he'd ever be in, according to Alyssa. He didn't even seem to seek hanging out with friends. Sprawled out on Rocco's floor were a bunch of papers. The first piece of paper that caught her attention was this drawing of a handgun. It wasn't anything really alarming. It just further demonstrated his fixation on guns. Alyssa dug through the papers, though.
Damn.
4 pieces of
That-
paper.
If a kid like that can draw a gun like that much better than I could, damn, he's skilled. He's skilled in that shit. He'd be so skillful, like detecting and all that. Be like, what kind of gun was the person using? The kid freaking just draws it out right in front of them and all that. And that kid just be skilled. Oh, what gun did you use in your school? Draws this shit. Here.
Stapled
I'm just
together
saying.
with 3 different staples. They formed what could best be described as a little storybook. The first page looked to be the cover page, titled The Babysitter. Immediately, Alyssa assumed this little book was about her. But not wanting to get caught reading it, she took pictures of each page of the little booklet, as well as a picture of the handgun drawing, and left the room to go read it on her phone elsewhere. These were the pictures she had taken. This was the second page. Rocco wrote on it, "It was a regular day in the house, when Mom and Dad brought over the babysitter for the first time. There's something about her that I hate. I think it's how ugly she is. She's a huge nerd."
Damn. Damn. This kid be like, there's something I hate about her. She's ugly. Damn. Fucking Deadpool over here, okay? What, is this kid the son of Deadpool or something? Just like, she told the fucking nerd I fucking hate her. Like, damn, okay.
I don't want her in the house. Not sure why my mom and dad hired her. I think I'm gonna have to kill her.
Knew it, Deadpool's son. Okay, I'm just saying.
The drawing on the page is what's supposed to be Alyssa sitting on the couch on her phone, and Rocco spying on her through.
Decent drawings. Like, okay. It just looks like some regular teenagers fucking using their phone, and kid over here looking like he's angry for some reason.
Through the doorway. This was the next page. It's day 3 and she's still here. Parents think I'm a baby or something that needs an annoying, ugly babysitter that eats all our food and drinks. In this drawing, Rocco appears to be grabbing a kitchen knife while Alyssa's in the fridge. The child's disdain for.
Okay, damn. This person had just like I would say the drawings are decent, like everything else is decent. It's just like, damn, you have a long ass arm. I feel like you're a mutant. You are Deadpool's son.
His babysitter becomes increasingly apparent in a disturbing
Probably.
manner. But the next and last page is by far the worst. It says, "She caught me sneaking into her room. I have to be quieter next time." The picture is quite obviously Rocco holding a knife behind his back while Alyssa lay asleep in her bed. The implications of this picture are beyond transparent. Alyssa returned to Rocco's room while he was still in the basement, and lo and behold found a small kitchen knife on his bedside nightstand. Alyssa sent the pictures of the drawings and knife to Rocco's parents and then called them. At first the parents tried to convince her he must be joking around, but they were apparently easily convinced that Rocco could have monstrous intentions. They had Rocco's grandmother take over that same day. Alyssa left the house never informing the police or any other authorities. She accepted her payment for the 2 weeks that night, and she accepted the parents' apologies, but not without recommending that they take their son to get some serious help.
Hell no. I'll be having like 6 cents. I'd rather, if I had it to be a babysitter to just some creepy kid who just like guns and all that, be like, hey, what kind of gun is that? Be like confused, like, bro, if you don't know what kind of gun is that, then how the fuck are you supposed to be a school shooter? He's like looking at me so confused. I'll probably just also glare at him, like moderate glare, just be like, hey, fucking look at me before I fucking put you on the genjutsu, kid. Before I put you in the infamous Tsukiyomi. Make you feel worse than that. I don't know. I'm just saying. About the infamous Tsukiyomi the kid. Okay, I think I'm gonna end the stream. I think no one actually showed up to the stream. Either because it's too laggy or just like doesn't recommend any video or anything. But yeah, I'm gonna just end the stream. I think almost everyone is probably asleep or something. So yeah, I will do What If Naruto Was the Son of Kisame later. So yeah, have a nice potato day, potato night, and potato sleep. Bye bye.